Welcome back. In today's video we are testing out the ACE grading standard tier, which at the time of sending this submission had a turnaround time of 30 business days. However, following a recent announcement from ACE, this anticipated turnaround time has dropped to 20 business days, which is a great improvement, meaning you are likely to get your cards back much quicker than before. I feel like this is a tier that offers the most value for money and hits the sweet spot for most people's grading needs. The cost per card is very reasonable at £15 per card or £18 per card with an ACE label, and you get the graded cards back now in around 20 business days. Unless you are grading a really new card and want it back super fast, for most people you don't really need the cards back any quicker than 20 business days. So for me, this is one of my favourite submission tiers to use. In this video I'll be revealing the grades of 45 cards, which actually covers 2 separate submissions I made. And there is a great variety of cards to review. In this submission we have some English illustration rares from recent sets, along with Japanese art rares and some other interesting cards in different languages. For this submission, I have also cross-graded different cards to ACE to see if I can potentially improve the grade they originally got with different grading companies. As always, this grading service and my overall experience with ACE was superb. Looking at one of the 2 submissions in isolation, the cards were received by ACE on the 18th of November, then went into grading on the 4th of December, and I had them back with me graded on the 18th of December. This is actually quicker than the originally stated 30 business days when I made the submission, and with ACE expanding and hiring more graders, I suspect this is how they've been able to drop the expected turnaround time from 30 to 20 business days for this standard tier. In other great news that came out in the recent announcement is that all ACE tiers are now open permanently. This means no more waiting around at 6 PM to try and secure a slot when the lower tiers opened. They are now available to submit on whenever you want. With that in mind, I also have 2 huge basic tier submissions due back in the coming days. So if you wish to see my review on the basic tier with ACE, please subscribe to see that future video. Now, all that's left is to see what grades my cards got. Okay, I've laid the cards from my standard submission out on the table in different piles so that there's a bit of separation in the different types of cards I'm going to reveal the grades for today. I've got a huge pile over here, which is all Japanese illustration rares. I think they're all illustration rares, but definitely all Japanese. I've got a pile here, which is English illustration rares, and I think there's like some full arts in there as well. I've got a smaller pile here, which is specifically like 151 Japanese illustration rares, because I'm actually collecting these graded in ACE, trying to grade all of the illustration rares as a 10. I've then got another pile here, which I'm going to go through right at the end, which is for cards that I've cross-graded to ACE from different grading companies. And then I've got 2 at the back here, which are 2 just slightly different ones. So I think I've got a Chinese and an Indonesian promo in there, so we'll go through those as well. So we're going to start with the Japanese 151. So let's say Japanese 151 is probably one of my favourite sets. Got a load of the illustration rares that I've been grading recently and trying to get the full set in ACE 10 so that I can kind of have them in my little cabinet and have them displayed. So I'm not going to go too crazy in terms of revealing grades here. I want to just kind of run through the cards and just have a chat about them. So first one we've got here is the Pikachu. Fantastic card. This has actually got quite expensive in Japanese as well, as 151 Japanese has become a little bit more rarer to kind of find. So fantastic start. We're getting that in a Gem Mint 10. Next one we got is a Snorlax. Unfortunately, this has gone through as a Mint 9, but I do already have this card as a Gem Mint 10 for my collection, so that's good to see. Next one we've got is the War Turtle. I feel like this is quite an underrated card from Japanese 151. Doesn't get as much love as some of the other illustration rares, but fantastic card, looks awesome in the ACE label, and that has got a Gem Mint 10. Next we've got the Psyduck. Again, one of the like cards that has sort of peaked in value recently, and this looks awesome with the ACE label. I do love these ACE labels that like continue the art up to the top, so you've got the trees going up to the top as well, and again in a Gem Mint 10. Next one we've got is the Dragonair. Again, another like sometimes forgotten about illustration rare from 151, and that's in the Gem Mint 10 as well. And then the last one for the 151 is the Poliwhirl. Again, another awesome looking illustration rare in a Gem Mint 10. So good start with the Japanese 151. So I'm going to put these to one side. Next, we've got the big stack, which is the Japanese illustration rares. As I say, I think they're illustration rares. There might be some other ones in there as well. So first one we've got, now this is such a cool card, a Raichu illustration rare in Japanese. This is the thing that, like, I do get it in terms of they're more available, but the Japanese ones compared to English, like, this is probably about 45, 50 quid maybe in Japanese, whereas in a 10 in English, it's probably pushing, I don't know, maybe like 150 quid, something like that. But this is an awesome looking card, one of my favourite illustration rares, obviously art rare in Japanese. So yeah, fantastic to get that in a 10. Next one we've got is a Team Rocket's Raticate. I do love any card that's got like the Team Rocket name in front of it. Really takes me back to the original Rocket set. And yeah, the Team Rocket's Raticate, obviously the original Rocket set I guess was Dark Pokemon as opposed to Team Rockets, but just enjoy the concept of it. Really like the card on the artwork on this card as well, so glad to get that in a Gem Mint 10. Next one is the Riolu. Again, awesome ace label, Gem Mint 10. I love, again, artwork continuing in the top. This one's quite a more expensive one compared to some of the other ones. I think this is sort of 45-ish pounds as an illustration rare in a Gem Mint 10, which isn't too bad. But yeah, glad to get that one as a 10. Next one is the Slowpoke. Again, a really, really awesome illustrated card. Fantastic artwork. I'm trying to kind of go for like the cards that look awesome, and obviously in Japanese they're going to be a fair bit cheaper compared to English, but you still get the art. You still get the card. It's just a different language on the top of it, and obviously Japanese being kind of the second best to English in terms of price, but debatable in terms of like looks and condition, etc. But fantastic to get that in a Gem Mint 10. Next one is the Drowsy. Again, this is the card in English that got pumped massively earlier this year. Fantastic to get that back as Gem Mint 10. Again, similar to the Slowpoke, really, really awesome artwork, Kamiya artwork, and yeah, in the ace label in Japanese, also looking fantastic. Then we've got, out of all the cards, because I'm trying to get a bit of a like Charizard collection going at the moment. I've had a few that have come back. And I'm trying to like keep them all, but this would have been one that would have gone into that collection, but God, that's annoying that that's got an 8. Disappointed in that one. Piplup, I've got a few of these now actually in 10s, but this is just such a fantastic card, like probably one of my favourite art rares, illustration rares from Inferno X and Phantasmal Flames, so just looks brilliant. Piplup, starter Pokemon, again, like lovely looking card, fantastic looking ace label, very happy to get that in a Gem Mint 10. Another Piplup, another Gem Mint 10. I think I might have like 4 of these now. And obviously, as I mentioned, well, actually I haven't mentioned in this video, but I've mentioned in previous videos, if you are interested in buying any of the cards that you see in these videos, do look up my eBay. It's in the description at the bottom of the video. I have a ton of these cards for sale on there, purely because I'm just like, I really enjoy this grading and like getting these cards back and making these videos for you guys to see what the cards come out as. But I don't really have space to like keep everything, so I do need to sell some of them. So yeah, it's just, you probably get good deals on my eBay because I'm usually listing them under market. But yeah, don't always feel free to drop me a message on eBay as well if there is any cards that you're interested in. Wigglytuff next. Again, another fantastic Gem Mint 10, another fantastic artwork Wigglytuff, obviously in the original 151, which is my favourite generation, obviously my favourite set. So yeah, great to get that in a Gem Mint 10, awesome looking card. Vaporeon, that's a bit of a shame that's come out as a 9. I think we've got the Jolteon, the Flareon in afterwards as well, but Mint 9 for the Vaporeon, which is the character rare from VMAX Climax. Next one we've got is the Flareon. Again, these cards just look awesome. I actually think these look way better with the silver borders, the Japanese versions, compared to the yellow borders that you get in the English version of these cards. Controversial take maybe, but I think this looks really, really cool. But Gem Mint 10 for the Flareon from VMAX Climax. Then we've got the Jolteon. Jolteon's so sick, like such an awesome card. But yeah, Gem Mint 10 on that one as well. So it would have been great to have had the whole set as Gem Mint 10s, but not to be this time. Next one we've got is the Team Rocket's Meowth. Again, I've got this in a 9 already, but now I've got it in a 10. Really, really do like this art. Probably be a keeper this one because I do enjoy that, and I really, really like the ace label. I remember when this set first came out, and I guess it was smart. I must have done it. Would have made the video for the label on the Ace's Instagram. I just remember thinking it looked really, really good. So happy to finally get that in a 10. Haunter, again, this is another awesome card. This is from the starter set in Japanese, and it is obviously in the main set in English. But yeah, another fantastic card, another fantastic Gem Mint 10. I think I've got another one of these as well. Yep, another Gem Mint 10 for the Haunter. Again, just a sick looking card, like really, really cool, and really, really cool ace label as well. Like, these labels do add to the card so much. Misty's Lapras. I love the Misty cards, really do. I think they're awesome artwork. Great to get that in a Gem Mint 10. I think this is one I've already got in a Gem Mint 10, so I might look at putting this one up on eBay. I have to check the collection afterwards. Another one in a 9, unfortunately. Didn't get both of them in 10s, but still happy to get at least one of them in a 10. Okay, so we've got the legendary birds, the Galarian birds coming up now. So we've got the Articuno first in a Gem Mint 10, which is great to see. Next, we've got the Zapdos in a Gem Mint 10 as well, so the Galarian Zapdos. And then we've got the Moltres in the 10 as well, so we get the full set. I don't know how I can really put this here, like that, there we go. Got the full set in 10s, which is brilliant. I don't know whether I'll sell or keep these, to be honest, but if I was to sell them, I'd be better to sell them as a set or whether it's to sell them individually, because I guess if you've already got some of them, you're not going to want to buy the whole set. Marshadow, again, another awesome art. Pikachu looking at you in the front. This is again one of the ones in English that got super pumped this year and then came crashing back down again, but just an awesome artwork. Great to see the Gem Mint 10. This is another one of my favourite cards. If you would have watched my videos previously, I graded this recently in English and unfortunately got a Mint 9, but good to get the Gem Mint 10 in Japanese on that card. Next, we've got the Hisuian Growlithe, again, another really popular card. Unfortunately, this one's in a Mint 9. We have got one more, I think, yeah, which is in a Gem Mint 10. So great to get at least one Gem Mint 10 in terms of those two cards. So that's all the Japanese art rares. I'm going to put these to one side and then we're going to go through the English cards. Okay, so English cards up next, and we've got some absolute bangers in this pile. Not obviously as big a pile. I do try and be more critical with English cards. Not that I'm not critical with Japanese cards, but obviously English cards are a bit harder to grade, so I don't send as much off in terms of English cards, but let's see what we've got. First one we've got is the Hisuian Arcanine. That is a pretty cool card to get as a Gem Mint 10. I remember looking at this, I think I bought it off of a streamer on whatnot, and just thinking it looked really, really clean, like nothing on the corners or anything like that. So really happy to get that back as a Gem Mint 10. Next one, the Shuckle Illustration Rare from Mega Evolution. Again, another awesome ace label. These Mega Evolution cards and Phantasmal Flame cards have come out so well in the printing. I reckon this must have been close for centering, because that's quite a thick top border, but must have just been in the 60-40 overall. But yeah, these, I feel much more confident grading these Mega Evolution and Phantasmal Flame illustration rares compared to previous sets, at least in the current format, because the print quality has been so much better. Another example, Zacian from Phantasmal Flames. I remember I did this submission as a simple submission, so where you just put the number of cards in that you're sending, and I got this through, I think the day I was due to send the submission off, and I thought, I'm going to swap a card out. I can't remember which one I took out, but I took a card out, put this one in. Really good idea, because this has come back as a Gem Mint 10. Nice to get Gem Mint 10s in English. Next one is the Houndstone. Again, similar Gem Mint 10 English, fantastic to get. Just great print quality on these Mega Evolution cards. The next one we've got is the Marshadow. So this is the actual one that got pumped. This would have been the one that I would have opened in my Mega Evolution opening video. It didn't get a load of views, that, which is, I understand, like, I don't think people are that into watching card openings at the moment. But I got this from those packs that I opened, and yeah, as I say, the centering was a little bit off, so I wouldn't have wanted to send it to like PSA or anything like that, so sent it to Ace. Not that I wouldn't have sent it to Ace anyway, obviously, but I'm just saying that that would have been one of the reasons. Fantastic to get the Gem Mint 10. Next one is the Litleo. Again, another awesome illustration rare, Gem Mint 10. We are really doing well with the Gem Mint 10s on these English cards, because I did not expect them all to get Gem Mint 10s. So good to see them all getting Gem Mint 10s so far. Next one we've got is the Mega Gardevoir. This is the secret rare. So this isn't a special illustration rare, but a lovely looking card. Great to get that as a Gem Mint 10 as well. Next, we've got a special illustration rare. So this is from Mega Evolution, Ace Roller's Mischief. I'm pretty sure I got this from like doing a break on whatnot. Got the Ace Roller's Mischief spot, got the special illustration rare. Now we've graded it and we've got an Ace Gem Mint 10. Next one, oh, look at this, man. This is an absolutely phenomenal card. So I got this when Destined Rivals first came out from Vivian's box break, and I've had it sat around for ages, and I was so like unsure who I wanted to send it to, and I just thought the Ace label looked so good in this, and I think this is going to be a bit of a keeper for me because I love Moltres, obviously original 151, which I tend to prioritise when I want to collect cards, just because that's the set that the Pokemon that I grew up with. But look at that, like fantastic getting that in Gen Mint 10. But again, this print run, I remember when Vivian was opening these, they were so well printed, like the quality was so good on them, and I've opened Destined Rivals since and it's been awful. So I wonder whether Mega Evolution is going to go that way as well, because obviously the ones we've opened, or at least I've opened from Mega Evolution, have been mostly like the original print run. But yeah, awesome to get that in a Gen Mint 10. And the final card we've got is a Mimikyu. Really good to see that come back in a Gen Mint 10. Again, another awesome looking cards. Really, really good to see. It's, again, really good quality from the corners, from the edges. Everything looked fantastic. So really happy to see that come back as Gen Mint 10. So unbelievably, every single card of English that's been graded on this has come back as Gen Mint 10. So really, really happy to see that. So I'm going to put these to one side as well. Okay, so next, I'm trying to think which one's next, because I combined two returns into this kind of like reveal. Right, so these are the cross-graded ones, and these are the kind of like different language ones, I guess. So the first one we've got is the Radiant Blastoise. Now these, for some reason, are so hard to get a Gen Mint 10 on, because the card is absolutely like pristine, like corners, everything looks fantastic, but that's come back as a Mint 9. And then this one is the Mewtwo KFC promo. I think this is Indonesian, which is the only language it came out in. But this is quite like a relatively expensive card. I think it's like £100, something like that, in a Gen Mint 10 with Ace. So yeah, really, really happy to get that. Again, I got this from a Whatnot streamer in a pretty good deal, I seem to remember, and I was just looking at it thinking, again, it looked pretty clean, there was nothing on the surface, and obviously Ace agreed, so really happy to see that come back as a Gen Mint 10. Let's put those two to the side, and then the final ones we've got are the three that I've cross-graded. So, first one was, and now if you've watched my PSA video, was this one. So this, I don't know if you can see that, but this was the Erica's Invitation Special Art Rare, which came back as an 8. Now, I was really shocked to see this come back as an 8, because Japanese cards have obviously really good print quality. The only thing I could think of was it was the centering that caused it to be an 8. So Ace graded it as a Gen Mint 10, which I've got to be honest with you, I think is the right grade. Like, this card looks phenomenal. I don't think the centering looks out that much at all. I find it hard to judge between the top and the bottom on these types of cards where you've got like the bubble writing bit at the top. But yeah, I don't know why it was ever graded an 8, but just really happy to see that that's come through as a Gen Mint 10 from Ace. Right, the next one was this. Now, this hasn't come out in a video at all, so I was actually given this card from, I think it's from a Whatnot streamer, just to kind of say thank you. And it was with Get Graded. I'm not a massive fan of Get Graded, got nothing obviously against them, but I'd prefer Ace, PSA, CGC are the main ones that I like to have in my collection. So as I got it for free, basically, I broke it out the slab, sent it off to Ace. It was a 9.5 originally, and this has got a Gen Mint 10 with Ace. So really happy to see that. Again, going from a 9.5 to a 10 is not really that big a jump, and the card was absolutely clean. Like, there was nothing on it at all. So really happy to see that get a Gen Mint 10. And then the final one was an interesting one. So this was a tag one. So I don't know if you can see that. There you go. So this was originally a Mint 9 Squirtle illustration rare from 151. And you'll see it in my tag video that I would have made a while ago now. I could not see what the issue was with this card when I looked on the grading reports. Obviously, it said that there was an issue on the surface, and as you know, Ace is quite strict on surface, so it would definitely have come up if it was sent to Ace. And I could not for the life of me see what it was. I actually thought it was just the pattern of the card, where it was kind of looking and picking it up. So that was originally a 9, and it's come back as a Gen Mint 10. So again, I feel like this is the right grade with Ace, and this is another reason why I do like grading with Ace, because I do feel like the grading is fair, and I do feel like the grading is often correct. Because don't get me wrong, I've had cards come back recently, you know, Japanese cards that have got 8, you know, that Charizard earlier who got an 8.
And I've looked at it a bit closer later on, and I can see that I've missed something on it, like a tiny scratch or something like that on the surface. And that is usually the reason why cards won't get a 10, is there's an issue on the surface. So really happy to get these cards back. Good to see that these are cross-graded as 10s in Ace. I do think these are the right grades. I think that the grades previously weren't right, if I'm honest. The Mewtwo, obviously 9.5 to a 10 is nothing, but good to see that come back as a 10, and it's a fantastic Ace label. And I wanted this in the collection that I mentioned earlier, where I've got the Japanese illustration res. And this was, again, I was devastated to see that come back as an 8 from PSA. I was like, it didn't make any sense at all. So let me know what you think of the grading return, what you think of the standard submission. Again, really impressed with the turnaround time for that. I feel like the standard submission is probably the, where it's available, the go-to option, because there's not many cards you need back that quickly. And where you're only really waiting 30 business days, it's not that long to wait for your cards to get graded and come back to you. So really, really happy with the service, really happy with the grading return. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please do like the video as well if you've enjoyed this grading return in this discussion on Ace. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.
As my collection of graded cards expands more and more, I have decided to let some of these go. So if you're interested in purchasing some of the graded cards from this or other videos, please see my eBay link below.